Hello, my name is Cristian Partica. I am the product manager for integrations at Adobe Commerce, and I'm excited to share.
Christian, 30 seconds is remaining.
Oh,
sorry
okay.
for the interruption.
I thought we were going to like just,
yeah.
Do like this.
Okay.
Yeah, you can count. All right. Seems like we're live. My name is Cristian Partica. I am joining you from Austin, Texas, United States. It is quite late here, but I am excited to share with you our latest development in integrations with PWA and GraphQL. By the way, I am a product manager for integrations at Adobe Commerce, and that is the reason for why I'm sharing with you this presentation today. A few things that we will actually learn in this presentation. We will go over what is the value of the API and headless integrations. What does Adobe Commerce have for integration for our headless architecture? What is covered so far with our API as GraphQL? How can I leverage this API, and what experiences can I provide with it? What about creating my own customers' experiences, and what is next for our headless capabilities coverage? A few things about me. I was a developer and a tech lead. I was part of the original GraphQL team that created this at Adobe Commerce and Magento. I'm responsible for a lot of things that were provided today in this GraphQL, along with the community, along with the internal team and other folks that I collaborate daily with. I was so excited about this technology that I wanted to continue and leverage it further by becoming a product manager. So that's why I hold this title for integrations right now at Adobe Commerce. So what is the value of headless integrations? And I put here some picture to show it better. Headless integration, headless architecture is just a separation of backend from frontend. It is restricting its communication only through API. The implication of the architecture are beneficial for many types of businesses, while they have these benefits. Flexible, by creating maintaining out-of-the-box custom capabilities, it becomes easy through enhanced customizability and composability, allowing more innovation. It enables front-end to focus on what they do actually best, creating specialized experiences while decoupling backends and innovating through their APIs. Fast and scalable. Today's APIs have a low footprint, they're fast, and their server computation is distributed and deployed at the edge. Elastic networks make API very scalable, and also enhanced clients, such as browsers, enable rich PWA experiences. Agile development, front-end and back-end development can happen in parallel, allowing specific developer talent to focus on their specialized areas. Next is a diagram that depicts further this architecture and its differentiation from the traditional model. Magento open source is such a model. On the right, we have the headless stack, how you can have the backend on one side. Through APIs, you can spawn different front ends, which offer different experiences, such as smartwatches or something else. The preferred experience so far we have seen is still PWAs, because they can write their components in one technology and provide their experience in different devices. With headless, you have the ability to adopt various front ends and back ends technologies. They are decoupled in a physical sense. You can access a greater talent pool of developers that are focused on their area of expertise. That means that if they're a React or a Vue developer, they will focus only on the front end and design and so forth. the backend developers will focus directly on the APIs and what they know how to customize best. There will be no cross-reference pollination between those two concerns, keeping the presentation layer and the business logic separate. All this development has its own life cycle, and it can happen in a true parallel sense. As an effect, you have a faster output in your projects. It allows more innovation because of each one's expertise, and it can create amazing experiences, different experiences with greater outcomes. There's an increased expectation for merchants to leverage their sheer amount of shopper data to create whole experiences that are individually tailored for each buyer. Studies show that moving from a commerce experience with a basic personalization to a true one-to-one personalization can deliver as much as 10 times improvement in conversion rates and as much as 9 times improvement in annual order value. By adopting a headless architecture, you can create more satisfied customers that are loyal to your brand. You can drive better conversions from those customers. Therefore, you create more revenue. You can compete against your competitors through unique experiences that your store provides. You will also be compliant with the new Google site speed requirements, as PWAs are very fast. Headless is worth its advances in the investment, and it pays off for itself on the long run. However, there are a few caveats. It's not for everybody. And there's a few things you can consider before you adopt it in your business. It is usually more suitable for large enterprise or B2B businesses, though an upfront PWA templated solution will actually cut a lot from those initial costs. So it is more easy to customize. It is more fit for enterprise because they actually have the resources to provide parallel entire teams to develop their solutions. And they don't have to start from scratch, but they do have to re-platform. And it is future-proof. You have to think of your 5-year plan, right? Where you will be 5 years from now with your e-commerce platform. Will it be on the monolithic legacy one, or will you transition to a new platform? When you will transition to a new platform, what platform will you choose? What architecture will it have underneath? There's a few benefits with this, because if you are transitioning to a headless architecture, in 5 years from now, or in 2 years, or in 10 years, you'll have to only, or have the flexibility to replace only half of it. So overall, total cost and ownership, it's actually lower on the long run, and it brings more ROI with the passing of the years and the maintenance and upgradability and all that. It does also require more complex deployments and cloud costs, so you have to account for that. Utilizing templated out-of-the-box integrated PWAs, as I said, will accelerate your baseline from where you actually start with your solution. And Adobe Commerce does provide those out-of-the-box templated components, both for API and for PWA. And lastly, the only thing that actually matters and you should concentrate on as a retailer, for example, or even as a business B2B enterprise, it is on your unique experiences that you're providing for your customer or customizing for your unique business cases. So does Adobe Commerce actually support a headless architecture? Well, we did start our journey in 2017, right before headless was actually becoming a term of itself as a marketing buzzword. We internally started the GraphQL API and PWA programs quite at the same time, simultaneously, while PWA was going through a lot of iterations until it became the solution that it is today, we were good at executing GraphQL API because we knew how to do the backend very well. The out-of-the-box components come with actual quality of and one warranty, and that's true for both GraphQL and for PWA as well. They're also open to extensibility. Today, we can say that we have a robust API headless coverage, though still is in development because no product is ever done. We are reaching a competitive PWA Studio integrated coverage, right? So PWA is still lacking behind our vast API coverage. And we increase this API coverage because we have different headless needs, such as integration with AEM and SIF for content and authoring. And that's another use case that we're seeing our merchants adopt. Brands such as Wasco, Nestle, Jomo Shop, and others are regularly delivering outstanding mobile-first experiences to their customers using our headless commerce solution. And they're seeing on their web store their load times cut literally in half or more, and double-digit increase of mobile conversion. We continue to expand our support for PWAs in 2022, and to help merchants and partners unlock potential mobile commerce. Throughout the rest of the year, we'll be widening our PWA support and provide a competitive reference team known as Venia, which contains all the underlying common B2C shopping components, including personalized and staged content, which is upcoming, but supported in SIF, by the way, global theming and easy customization. We'll be introducing our initial B2B specific UI components as part of a new B2B reference team called Oasis. We will be improving in the infrastructure for front-end, cloud hosting, and SSR server-side rendering for PWA, which will turbocharge our merchant shopper experiences even further. And finally, we will continue to evolve our PWA Studio to give front-end developers more tools to rapidly create and deploy dynamic and highly performing user experiences. So what we have covered with the API so far. Our headless capabilities are represented by a catalog of APIs. Besides the common e-commerce capabilities like catalog, faceting, search, which are nothing very special in any e-commerce site, we provide our differentiator capabilities like dynamic content based on customer segments, custom attribute for products and customers and addresses, which allows a no-code customization for your system, reCAPTCHA, multiple wish lists, requisition lists, negotiable quotes, product comparisons even, and staging and preview. Not all of these are out of the box integrated in PWA Studio, but it is easy to do so. And while you do not have to come up with the same quality and warranty and extensibility for your components, you are free to do so by leveraging this catalog of APIs, considering your business is suited for covering those scenarios and needs them. Cart and catalog are one of the most heavy customized area in the commerce applications. And that's why I'm showing you this video, how we document such queries. So we do document all these capabilities and components through our dev docs provided in Adobe Commerce. APIs are usually developer-centric, but we are having two separate websites. One is merchant-centric, where we explore our capabilities, such as negotiable quotes or other things from a merchant point of view. And APIs usually were only consumed by developers, but it's very important to know how such a capability actually transports to its API and what is supported. So we are creating links between these websites to match our capabilities and know what's really supported for a smooth navigation. And how would you find such example queries for quick integration in case you needed to do so. Our goal is to provide full linkage for these two websites. This will provide actually quick discoverability. And for more information, you're welcome to go to our documentation page and explore for yourself to see what's possible with our current coverage. It is quite extensive. Our storefront API is implemented in GraphQL, which means it comes with an embedded documentation. Amongst many things, developers are actually used to browse this embedded documentation. There are common tools they use to do so, such as GraphQL Explorer, and that's what I've highlighted here and how does it look. So they can quickly browse a collection of these queries as data fetching for different capabilities or operation they can do with these entities. So how can I leverage the API and what can I do with it? What does it mean to customize these experiences? A short example that I've have here is that you can virtually create any experience starting from your out-of-the-box API. This page, left and right, uses exactly the same API. It is actually coming out of the box, but you could customize it further. One API actually shows a complex product that has, let's say, color and size, and can show in one page checkboxes that are provided to the shopper to easily customize and add to cart. At the same time, a business that has not so simple product configurations and has more options can tailor the experience to look a little bit different, right? And have checkboxes and expandable drafts to allow more configuration where they don't fit on one page. But all of this is actually consuming the same API. How can you extend your API? Well, across 2022, we are continuing to evolve our platform in this sense and maintain its flexibility while accelerating on the features to allow fast innovation while reducing overall TCO, total cost of ownership. We are working on a new decoupled API platform, which will allow developers to extend and customize capabilities to API and events by using serverless functions hosted on Adobe I/O and using App Builder. The API platform will provide a transparent API gateway for the PWA web store. This API management platform will allow you to create low-code integrations with our API sources. It is designed to preserve backwards compatibility and support existing APIs, meaning that developers can bring their own APIs also and integrate them with Adobe or even third party, right? So this is kind of a bring your own API deal. This is all using the same platform and composing a single solution on a single endpoint. The API gateway provides the flexibility to combine multiple services such as live search, payments, and so forth. Even other channels that are equipped with API first. Developers will also build custom micro frontends that can seamlessly be integrated into the storefront or back office user experiences. Integrated APIs, REST and GraphQL via no-code and low-code customizations and integrate them with other Adobe Digital Experience products and third-party APIs. This is a new customizability model that we're introducing and will use events to synchronize the data between commerce and third-party ERP, PIM, CRM, and enterprise middleware. So what's next for our roadmap? What's next for the storefront API? Before I read this, I just want you to remind everybody that the roadmap disclosures are for informational purposes only and are not a guarantee of future functionality. Yet we're doing our best to follow this roadmap as is depicted here. Adobe Commerce 244 deliver new B2B features, improve schema documentations and documentation in general, and improve attribute support, improve the query caching. Now we reached about 85% of the common scenarios in a website that are cached and serve under 20 milliseconds. Async order processing, where you can actually process about 600 orders per hour instead of 150 that was previously possible. Various quality improvements, and we also did bring our GraphQL to a platform upgrade and more closely to the GraphQL spec. Past 244, we'll be bringing more personalized content in your consumption, integration with page builder, better inventory and out of stock possibilities, as we saw a change in shopper behavior in the past years. And this scenario is no more uncommon scenario. A unified experience and developer console and services and integrations with the gateway. Feel free to join our developer community. We are still open for contribution, creating issues, and feature requests. This concludes my presentation, and I thank you for your time and attention. I will now take questions. Okay. One question is, many of the core features are still not supported or missing in Venia. What's the plan to implement this in the future? There is a plan to implement this, but our strategy going further will be releasing components that are actually in pair with GraphQL at the same time. So as I explained, in 2020, we'll be doing our best to complete this mission. We are seeing that a lot of merchants have already come up with their own components because they don't have to come with the same quality as our components come with, and they're able to actually proceed faster with their development as long as the API exists. So related to Venia, we have actually grown our team to quite a lot, and we're addressing these issues, and we are aware that they exist, right? Please suggest debugging when working with Venia team. I'm not an expert in Venia, and if you join our community, then you can actually access the developers that work for Venia, and they can guide you to do so. So if this is recorded, and I hope you take a screenshot of that Slack, contact them. What are the best practices to debug headless and PWA code? Yeah, I see that this is a common question. For headless, there's it's still written in PHP, but you have other services, and through this new gateway, we're hoping to provide a lot more tools to actually account for this for these scenarios and to bring more developer experience and satisfy those needs as they come. All right. So I see a lot of questions here about PWA Studio. It seems that this is quite these are quite the problems we actually have to fix, and we are open for feedback. All right, so a question about payments, right? Payments, actually, we are creating a new service in Adobe Commerce, which will be extending as our default payments gateway, so you don't have to use Braintree, for example, or PayPal directly. It will all be through this payment gateway that will be seamlessly integrated with us. So for PWA, yes, it does support Braintree only, and custom solutions come only from third party right now. Is it possible to use PWA like Magento 2 custom theme in design folder? No, it is completely a separate app physically decoupled from the monolith. But there are other solutions alternative to Luma. Okay, since that was the last question, I thank you all for your time and hope to see you next time. And this, please catch me up on Slack. Thank you.